Raises it up. Stoyan will defend. It comes 5-4-3.
What a flop!
Stoyan flops the nuts.
The question is what he does, how he gets the rest of it on. Oh, never mind.
All of it.
That's
all
it.
of it.
It's over.
The call. It is over.
She's drawing dead. Drawing dead.
Stoyan Madanjiv out of Bulgaria has won the World Series of Poker online main event. He has won more than $3.9 million. That is absolutely an incredible way to end it.
Well, they say it's better to be lucky than good, and 6-7 offsuit taking down the 2 aces when it counted the most. Congratulations, Stoyan, and welcome one and all to one final edition of the World Series of Poker recap show inside the Poker Go studio here at Aria Resort and Casino. And a bit of a hard pivot off the top of the show as we move from the elation of Stoyan and his camp to the sadness that came over poker with the passing of Mike Sexton yesterday, Brent. Just a difficult time.
Yeah, truly an icon, the game's greatest ambassador. And for 15 years, I just got used to Mike celebrating at the end of the World Poker Tour, crowning a champion. And, I really think Mike Sexton would want us to be celebrating his life, Ali, and everything he did for poker. We lost a great one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I know personally one of my metrics for success is always to leave the world a bit better than you found it. And I think that Mike most definitely can hang his hat on that and just say, this community, this world is a little bit better because he was around. He just delivered joy and smiles, and he was always a player's advocate. Gone at 72 years of age to prostate cancer. Pretty sad day. Yeah. All right, so back to the big story. Of course, the main event, as Mike would have it. He would want us talking about this. Stoyan Madanjiv, just incredible. 29 years of age from Bulgaria with only 9 cashes up to this point, and 3 cashes in the summer on GG, but nothing higher than 360th place, Brent.
Yeah, the poker dream clearly alive and well, especially for Stoyan, 29 years young. Plays under the screen name Nirvana 76. What a state of nirvana he must be in right now. Can't even imagine what he's up to, but my goodness gracious, what a tremendous achievement. $5,000 buy-in turns it into roughly $4 million, give or take. And I mean, this thing was over instantaneously, it seemed. They played heads up for less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, the pace of play, I think, was shocking, considering how much was hanging in the balance. And while we know who the last 2 were, here's a look at everyone who joined them. And there's a notable out there in Stefan Schlabel for me, Brent, in 7th place.
Yeah, Stefan Schlabel, of course, one of those fantastic German pros. Jal Santos, Tyler Cornell, Samuel Taylor, a couple of Americans in there. Tyler Ruger, he hit a podium finish, 3rd place finish. How about this, Ali? 4 7-figure payouts in the main event, and of course nearly $4 million up top for the champion.
Yeah, I think that's far greater than anybody might have anticipated as we all anxiously held our breaths and wondered what would become of an online version of that main event, which we love so much. And let's look at that main event by the numbers. So many records were broken, as you pointed out, Brent, and here's how it stacked up in the main.
Yeah, $27 million in change in that prize pool, of course, being guaranteed. The one that sticks out for me the most, how about this? 44% of the field were satellite winners. Ali, let that sink in. They qualified.
All right, so a lot of the people that were in the main coming from outer space, as you saw, 44% satellite qualifiers. Yeah. But my first thought when I saw that figure is, what do you suppose when we're normally playing live, the percentage of main event entrances that comes from the satellite?
Has to be exponentially greater in the online world, of course, than it would be in the live world. You're one button, one click away from winning a satellite, entering as many as you like in a single day. I mean, 44% makes a lot of sense to me, but only in online.
All right, over under 20% then?
I would take the over 20%.
Would you really?
I would take the over 20% in last year's main event.
Yeah.
That's I have no idea what the answer is. Do you know?
No, I don't. But I do know that obviously there are still online qualifiers that come from the satellite world. And let's take a look now at those who didn't just qualify, but took down bracelets since the last time you saw us. And one jumps right off the page. I thought this guy was retired, Fedor Holtz.
Yeah, I want to retire the way this guy retires. Fedor Holtz, the young prince from Germany, takes it down for over $1 million, 25K head.
Like he needs any more millions of dollars, $32.5 million already in career tournament earnings. And not to be overlooked, event number 82 taken down by a woman,
yes,
Malika Razavi, who is effectively the female Antonio Esfandiari. She's a poker player, magician, and Persian.
but knows how to use Instagram. Malika has nearly 600,000 followers over on Instagram. Go check it out. I know Ali has. By the way, the 1K Pros Choice Tournament, that's what she won. Taking home the hardware, that was good for $150,000.
I'm sure her star will be rising, no doubt about it. Now let's look at those who made deep runs but didn't end up on that last screen. Here they are. Bonomo again in the hunt. Jesus Walks in event number 80 and a heartbreaker for Dylan Lynn.
What is Ferguson doing in there, Ali? He's playing the online events as well?
Yeah, he logged on Full Tilt.
Wow, 9th place. This guy just can't catch a break, Ali.
Stop it. He was so bad. Mike Leah, a fan favorite there in event 82, as well as Elio Fox. How about the most memorable deep runs that we saw, though?
Most memorable deep runs. I gotta go with Alyssa McDonald. Made the semifinals, 3rd place finish in the 10K Heads Up, one of the most prestigious events every single year, whether it's live or online. My goodness, what a performance, and she's an outright killer since this finish. She has gone on to win even more money online.
Good for her. You know how it is. It's just a streaky game, you know, and she joined us on the show earlier in the summer. It was good to have her. A real pleasure. For me, though, I think the most memorable was Old Man McMillan.
You love Ronnie.
Ron McMillan threw on the tux when he got back to Iowa after having come to Vegas to play the event with his buddies on the sofa. They bum rushed him, they dogpiled him, and he classed it up, and he just toasted with the bubbly. That, for me, was most definitely the greatest. I mean, look out, the joy, the unadulterated
He's laying
joy.
in a champagne bath as we speak. He hasn't left the tub.
Look at him. I miss that. I miss people who just genuinely have that fire. Now there's like that too cool for school. Do you think Fedor was celebrating like that when he won it?
I don't, you know what, I do. I think Fedor is the kind of guy that goes nuts whenever he wins. I really believe that about Fedor.
I'll take the other side.
You mentioned outer space, he's out there.
Let's call him and find out.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Ali.
Okay.
The man was celebrating like no other.
You sure that's organic, or did you have him put that on tape for you just for validation?
That's organic, yeah, Ali.
Hey, listen, organic or not, when 2 nickels beat 2 dimes, there's reason to smile here in the 25K Heads Up. Making over $1 million after flopping the set.
Hold, dealer, hold.
No 4-sider for the Brazilian as he was left to finish in 2nd place. Not a bad $622,000 for Bruno, though, and Justin Bonomo in 6th.
Sergey Rychek, by the way, the Ibex 4th place finish.
Is that his nickname?
Yeah, the Ibex.
You know it all, Hank. You know it all. All right, event number 80 was taken down by Jeffrey Dobrin, the People's Choice. Pros voted, and he took it down. $189,000 winner. And here's how we drew the curtain on that event. Another pocket pair versus pocket pair situation. And this time, the underpair did not flop the set.
Couple of Cowboys for the win. Going to take this title back home to Golden Valley, Minnesota.
Once again, 4-sider fishing. And not there for the man playing under the Moroccan flag. Congratulations to Dobrin and Joao Santos, the Brazilian, in 4th.
Yeah, by the way, Santos finished in 6th place in the main event. So hell of a weekend for him.
No doubt about it. Ferguson there in 9th. And we look now upon the overall takes from GG. Just some staggering figures. A $25 million guarantee in the main. They blasted through it by a couple of million
Absolutely destroyed it. I'll tell you what, it was a little rough waters right out of the gate, but boy did they rebound. Resilient series on GGPoker. I'll tell you what, stat doesn't show up, Ali. How about the number of expletives spoken by Daniel Negreanu during all of these GG streams?
They weren't few in number. They weren't few in number. They earned him a DQ off of Twitch, but he's back on now, right?
Oh, good for poker, Ali.
Good for okay, I see what you did there. The Sultan of Segway.
Move us in, shall we?
To bring us into one final edition of Good for Poker with Brent Hanks. Let's get right into it, shall we? Big names missing the main event final table. Good for poker or not?
Not good for poker. Agreed. I mean, of course, in an ideal world, we want the biggest names, the heaviest hitters to final table this thing so that all eyes are on the final table. But listen, I don't want to bash any of these folks that finished in the top 9 and final table.
And these could be the next big names.
That's right. We don't have to have Phil Ivey at every single final table or Daniel Negreanu. It's just not the world that we live in.
All right, good point. Now, we talked about the pace of play at the main heads up being staggering, but there's been some discussion about the introduction of chess-style clocks, like an overtime bank that you can use. Good for poker or not?
Oh, geez. I don't think I have a clear answer here, Ali. I've never played chess. Trust me, I wouldn't be able to figure that one out. But if I understand the clock, you just kind of start it, and then you stop it once you've made your decision.
Well, it would start once you run out of your regular time, your allotted time, and then you can use as much of it as you want in any one decision.
Okay.
It's just kind of up to you, but once you run out of that, you have no extra.
Final ruling. Good for poker. GGPoker continues to innovate. Bring on the snap cam. Let's bring on sort of this chess clock. I think this is good for poker. These guys are headed in the right direction.
A rare 2 out of 2 agreement so far. Let's see if the streak continues, as I'm with you on that one.
Okay.
2021 World Series of Poker being played once again online. Good for poker or not?
The entire thing?
Yeah.
Everything? Nothing live?
The whole enchilada, Hanks.
No. We can't do this whole thing again just online. Don't get me wrong. I want nothing more than to sit on my couch in just my underwear, clicking buttons, Ollie. That's all I want to do every day. But you cannot just do the World Series of Poker entirely online again. If 2021 isn't like it is in 2020, we got to get back in the arena.
I'll tell you something. I sold short the value of grown-up summer camp that the World Series really represents. It's the one time in the year that I get to catch up with a lot of people who don't live here in Vegas and don't take the trip. And there's real social value to that, especially now that we're like quarantined and sequestered, and it's just
Does that mean that
it's been rough? We're 3 for 3.
3 for 3? Okay.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's more topics left. Hanging a banner at the Rio for the 2020 main event winner. Good for poker or not?
Okay, I think it's good for poker because I just want to get this straight, okay? Are we going 2019, we've got the banner. 2020, we don't have a banner. 2021, we've got the banner. So what are you doing? There's got to be something for 2020. I think it's a year, no matter if we like it or not. 2020 is a special year. It's unique. It's one we have to remember. And this kid who took home the title, Stoyan, he deserves a banner to be hung.
Okay, I'm with you with one asterisk. It's got to be his online avatar. We gotta use, it's not his real face, it's whatever his online avatar is. We put that on the banner, and that's what goes up in the rafters. So we're like 3.5 out of 4 together.
Okay.
All right, last one. I want you to think about this.
Yeah.
World Series of Poker recap show is good for poker or not?
Great for poker, Ali. Great for poker. You have no idea, you guys at home, how rare the opportunity is for me personally to be able to sit next to this guy, Ali Najad. He would not spend time with me if he wasn't forced to do so at work. I've been trying to take him to lunch.
That's because I don't golf.
Breakfast.
You and Shulman are out there golfing.
I'll give you a little massage here and there. I mean, Ali, I just love being in the booth with you.
Don't make it. Look, I think it's good because it helps to continue to give people some interest points.
Yeah.
You're not going to sit and sweat every single event. Now, I'm not saying that me and you should be at the helm necessarily, maybe 2 more competent individuals, but nevertheless, the idea of a World Series of Poker recap show, I think, is good.
Did we just go 5 for 5, Ali?
4.5.
Did we go 5 for 5? We did. We're breaking records.
You're so excited. Well, whether or not recap shows are good for poker, we're going to press forward with this one as we look at Niccolo Molinelli, $243,000 richer, and that's a proper smeeze.
Look at that little smile there for Niccolo. I'd be proud too, Ali.
1,050 No Limit Hold'em bounty winner, and a bit of a gut check for him.
You got to earn it. Top pair getting put to the test here, not in heads up in this situation as the chip leader, never folding it.
He did have 31 million there to make the call. He had plenty still left behind if he was wrong. So valiant effort by Kyle Menard, the second place Canadian, but it was Niccolo's day as we look at the remainder of that final table. Nobody I recognize there.
Yeah, not a lot of big names. Lucas Hafner, third place, just shy of $100,000. Round that up, Ali. Just give him the 100.
Wow, it's a good thing you're not a tournament director, Brent. I'm just going to put that out there. Moving right along, the Event 82 winner, Malika Razavi, incredibly impressive, $239,000 taken down, along with some bounties. She bought into the 1050 Beat the Pros event.
Yeah, and an Instagram star, Phenom. This is a heck of a performance. Taking a look at the resume, by the way, only 1 cash before this event, good for $2,600, and here's how she brought home all the money.
Dylan Lind with Queen 3, just overkill for Razavi, who, by the way, was Miss Global Iran 2016, Miss Global Fitness 2016, and Miss Power Woman 2017, so not her first title.
Impressive, just like the rest of this final table. Mike Leah, 6th place, happy-go-lucky customer. Elio Fox, crazy scientist, 8th, and of course, your buddy there in 5th, Mr. Zamani.
Yes, the brothers Zamani, Sam and Martin, making an appearance as we look at 3 more events, and Listen, Michael Cathy's got the party shirt. He just doesn't have the party smile. He's got the party pooper look on his face.
That guy's a straight killer. That's him looking directly at his computer screen. I love how they capture that. And Alexander Koboltev, Sean Deeb, cousin perhaps.
Oh, I see what you did there. And Malika, one of 4 female champions at this year's World Series of Poker Online as the women continue to make their mark on the sport. And who better to talk about that now than a champ herself, our very own Maria Ho, who is joining us from Cabo San Lucas down in Mexico. And I can assure you, Maria, it's warmer in the studio right now than wherever you are. I promise you that. We're having some AC issues. Ooh. But listen, let's get to it. I mean, I think it's a long time coming to have seen women make a very proper mark. And is this trend going to continue?
Yeah, and I think something that accounts for the fact that we've seen so much success from females in the online arena during this WSOP is because women play and turn out in higher numbers online than they do live. I mean, a lot of women I've ever spoken to always said that they felt a little bit more comfortable getting their start online and then eventually moving into the live. So I feel like that is a big reason why we've seen the women come out and take down bracelets, get heads up in the main event. I mean, it was incredible. I was sweating Wen Ling's run, and I was really, really rooting for her.
I'm glad you mentioned Wen Ling, of course, making history, becoming the first female to final table the World Series of Poker main event. Maria, I'm going to put you on the spot here. You've got to stake one of these ladies that has won a bracelet. I need you to pick out who's going to be your horse, who you putting your money on, who's going to bring home all the bacon for you in your stable.
Okay, are we counting, including the woman that won the championship event in the U.S. side of things as well?
Sure, that's
yes,
fair.
absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to go with her just because I got to commentate a little bit on that final with Tuckman, and I thought she played really well. She played super aggressively, and she was doing things that were really unexpected, picking off bluffs, heads up. It was good to watch.
So, Maria, my question for you then to that effect is that something that women are just more able to do when they're playing online because of the climate that's created by their male counterparts when playing live, it being a less welcoming one or a more intimidating one?
I would say that maybe it allows them to be in a more comfortable space in order to play their best. I don't know how much that impacts them or not, but I just think that generally speaking, we've seen more women play online just because they feel like they don't have to worry about that environment. So I'm sure there is some type of relationship between that, but either way, I know that when I play online, even as somebody who is very familiar with playing live, I feel a little bit more comfortable maybe making a big call or making a big bluff because, you don't really have to, and this probably is for everybody, because you don't have to, get up and walk away from the table if somebody picks your bluff off and look a little sheepish and feel a little embarrassed. But like I said, I think that's applicable to, men and women.
Maria, you're still down in Cabo, of course. Playing more poker, what's on the horizon here in the near-term future for you?
Yeah, I have been grinding almost every single day, and I've been really excited to play online, but I think for the rest of the year after this, I'm just gonna lay low. I don't see myself playing any live events for the rest of the year, and this was kind of my last online hurrah as well for the year, because I think I'm just gonna spend, the rest of my time back home, and as beautiful as Mexico is, I definitely wanna be with my friends and family in LA.
Well, as we draw the curtain on the summer, we also unfortunately drew the curtain on one of the greats in poker in Mike Sexton, having passed away recently. I know that you worked with Mike, as did I, knew him fairly well. Share with us your thoughts on his passing.
Yeah, just hearing the news of Mike being in hospice came on very suddenly, and, for him to have passed on, I know that the community feels this huge loss, because I think everybody who's ever had an experience with Mike can come out of that saying how positive and how wonderful their interaction with him was. But I just keep reading a lot of these messages and tweets from people saying how Mike would have wanted us to smile and be happy and to celebrate his life the way that he celebrated life every single day. And so those are the words that I'm clinging to as I'm processing this. I know that it's super hard, especially to those closest to him and to his family. So my thoughts are just with them. And I know that we have so many things that he's left in his legacy for us as a community that hopefully we are going to be able to make it even better and make this community stronger, because I know that that's what Mike would have wanted.
Yeah, I would say it's incumbent upon us to carry the torch and keep on with his legacy, Maria. Thank you so much for the time and the thoughts. Appreciate it. And so much of the poker community's attention in the past 48 hours has been centered around the passing of Mike Sexton. And the platform where many of them decided to share with us their thoughts was understandably Twitter. And so we go to our tweets of the week, and a very succinct and poignant one from Jeff Platt that I think echoed a lot of our sentiments.
Yeah, said it so well. If you're a poker player, you looked up to Mike Sexton. If you're a poker broadcaster, you looked up to Mike Sexton. If you worked in poker in any capacity, you looked up to Mike Sexton. His accomplishments in the poker world are only surpassed by his kindness. R.I.P. Mike.
And a big thank you to Linda Johnson and Jan Fisher, who served as liaisons during Mike's passing. And you see that was in response to the thread that Linda had posted letting us know that Mike had passed on. And obviously we have lost a great, but potentially we have also gained one, as this year's main event champion was crowned. Stand up, Stoyan Mandajev, as Kev Math broke it down for us. How about that Wenling Gao finish?
Yeah, unbelievable. Wenling Gao. I want to point out earlier, I made a little error, Ali. I said that she was the first female to ever final table the main event. Not so fast. Absolutely not. Back in 1995, Barbara Enright final tabled the main event, Ali. So.
Well done. Way to clean it up. All right. Not everybody was joining the party, though. A couple of Canadians in Greg Mueller and Alex Livingston abstaining, and Alex staying the course, no pun intended, as since July 30th, he's tallied up another 18 rounds of golf for a total of 33, but no buy-ins.
Yeah, I don't buy any of this. I know there's no buy-ins or cash-ins or profit, but Alex, how much did you lose on the golf course out there playing bogey golf?
Oh, that's a very good point. Very, very good point. And last but not least, a strange tweet that sort of just makes sense, even though it shouldn't, from One Time 184.
Yeah, this is really well done. Pretty bummed that the 2020 WSOP is over. But on a positive side, the 2020 WSOP is over.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it just does make sense. Yeah. It's intense, man.
Yeah.
You're just ready to be done. Normally it's at the Rio.
Bittersweet every single summer.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, now that summer has come to a close, Brent, what better time than for you and I to maybe put a bow on it and sort of share our final thoughts. I'll let you take it first. What's your takeaway?
Absolutely. Here it is. If you build it, they will come. And GGPoker has delivered. The poker dream is alive and well because of the opportunities that they have provided throughout 2020, being able to participate in these enormous events. The dream is alive and well, Ali.
Okay, so mine centers sort of to the same effect, but it's about the resiliency of poker. And obviously, GG helped give us a platform to make that happen, as did WSOP.com. But we were dealt the sort of hand we'd never seen before in COVID. Unprecedented, not just for the world, but the poker community. And yet somehow we managed to rally, come together, and create some semblance of normalcy out of our summer. And I think I got to tip my hat to the community in general. It manages always to find away. And now that the summer is over, Brent, what do you have on tap?
Well, you can't keep a good gambler down, Ali. So I'm heading right back out to that golf course. I'm going to find a way to dust off the kids' college fun once in a while out there.
Are you a ringer or are you a fish?
It depends on the day.
You're a pro fish?
I'm a pro fish. Yeah.
I don't know. Shulman told me you got a little swing.
How about you? What are you going to do?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Look, I didn't play any events. I didn't play a whole lot of poker at all. Online just doesn't move the needle for me. I don't really know. Maybe do a little bit of traveling. I finally took a couple of trips. You know, the plane's not quite so bad. You wear your mask. You know, just quick flights, though, in and out of LA, which is currently burning. So shout out to Southern California. Hopefully they can fix that. A lot of smog out here in Vegas from the fires. On a happier note, though, we are so glad that you guys joined us for the past 11 weeks. It was good to have you with us on behalf of our entire crew here in Las Vegas. Brent Hanks with the sidearm there, Maria Ho, and everyone else. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you for some more stuff out of the studio, hopefully sooner than later. But until then, I'm Ali Nejad saying so long and good luck.